This charger here is rated at 270 amps, so according to my calculations, it should be fully charged in about 47 seconds.
Can we charge your e-bike battery on this one?
You know, I think if I twist the blue and red wire, it could be possible.
We've got a unique setup. You don't need anything too fancy to go bike packing. In fact, you might even look at our gear and say it looks kind of funny. So I think a lot of people out there wonder, can I ride this e-bike on a bike packing trip? And it's a great question, because if we're going to cross the state of Washington, 300-mile trail, I don't think there's any power outlets to charge our e-bike in, right? So we had to get a little creative. And that's where Jenny comes in. We love you, Jenny. You're going to do us good. You're going to help us out. So what we actually have is 2 e-bike batteries, 2 chargers, and there's 2 power outlets on this little mini generator. So we're actually going to run this generator at the end of the day to recharge Soup's e-bike batteries. This is my bike. This is Squeaks' trailer. We've got our tent, sleeping bag, plenty of food. This setup is going to work really well because this is a nice flat trail, and I don't have to drag this trailer over any giant rocks or boulders or any rough terrain like that. It's going to be pretty nice and smooth the whole way. Some things I've done that are going to help us out are I installed this rear fender on this bike so that if Squeaks is riding in the trailer, then I don't splash up mud and water in his face. These trailers are really handy. As you can see, we've got plenty of gear here, and this is a dog trailer for Squeaks. So I've got this all set up for Squeaks. I've got some nice wool blankets and sleeping bags for him to lay on. We'll see if he starts to like it. He just needs a little motivation. Giddy up. Well, he giddy up enough to get the treat, but not all the way in yet. Maybe when he's tired later, he'll go all the way in. We'll see.
Okay, bro. So we were at Trestle Coffee this morning in downtown Tekoa. Pronounced Tekoa. That's how the locals say it.
That's how the locals say it.
I would have said Tekoa, so I'm glad we got that coffee.
And there's a refrigerator laying down at the bottom of the gully. It wasn't a bike camper. I'm sorry.
Because of what we did, we went across the trail. We came across the state. I took videos of most of it, all of the bad spots, all of the rocks, all of the weeds, and brought it to the attention of the legislatures and to the parks department.
We're all going to be able to cross on our bicycles with our bike trailers and with our 4-legged one today, and we wouldn't be able to do that without the friends of the Tekoa Trestle. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, friends of the Tekoa Trestle. Let's hit the road. A really great thing about bike packing with a buddy is you can draft. It doesn't help as much on dirt and gravel and off-road, but since we're on a paved road, I'm right here behind Soup. Not too close, I don't want to crash into him. And he's saving me a lot of energy because he's cutting the wind for me and I'm drafting him. It's actually a big relief. His motor's helping us both out in this case because his motor's pulling us along. I'm drafting him without any motor on my bike, and it's saving me a lot of energy on this pavement. Thank you, Soup. Got it, bro. We've got a big hill ahead of us. Squeaks is hanging in there in the trailer. And what are we doing for the e-bike, Soup?
We are switching out the battery sparks because this one's got no spark in it left. We've done 27 miles today in 3 hours, and in that time I've completely depleted the first battery. We've got at least one more steep one ahead.
That's a big one. It doesn't look like it from here, but for us, on these whole big heavy loads of gear we got, it's a big climb.
That's right, brother. So, luckily, I've got a spare battery that's in the back, and we charged that up with Jenny last night.
Thank you, Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny's a generator, sorry. Out of context, that might sound funny, but we charged it up last night with a gas-powered generator.
So far, Soup, it seems like it's feasible to ride an e-bike on this trail.
I mean, we jumped through some hoops to get this going, but it hasn't been that crazy so far.
It's a hybrid.
Yeah, this is exactly like a Prius. It's gas-powered and electric-powered.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've got something that weighs just about as much as Jenny. His name is Squeaks. And I know how tough this is. Soup's way ahead of me on these climbs. This e-bike really comes in handy. And even though I ride my bike all the time and practice climbing hills all the time, when you've got these heavy loads on these hills, the motor comes in big handy.
I hope we can put in another 25 miles at least.
Yeah.
And get to the next town called Lind. And yeah, here we go.
All right, let's go. Right, Squeaky?
Let's climb, bro.
Oh boy. It is pretty chilly to be riding the Palouse to Cascades Trail in mid-October, but there's one advantage to riding in the fall, and that is that we've got these beautiful fresh apples along the trail. There's so many apple trees along this trail because this used to be a railroad, and people would throw the seeds out and throw the pits out, and now here we are 100 years later, and this entire trail has all-you-can-eat buffet. Squeaks likes apples.
Do you like apples?
That's a big one, but yeah, he can.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a good one? I'll get one. The fresh ones are always the best, these natural wild apples.
When Sparks asked me if I wanted to go on a bike packing trip with him across the state of Washington, I said for sure. But now that we're here, I think I might have bitten off a little more than I could chew. This trailer is stuffed, it's super heavy. I've got 3 different size wheels here, and it is chilly. I just asked myself, guy up there, if I'm doing the right thing, please, just show me a sign.
Hey, there's your sign, Soup. Did you look what's right above you?
Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. So there's been so many times on this expedition where I've wondered, am I on the right path? Am I in the right place in my journey? And then I'll see things like this, and it's really like touching. It's like really awesome. If you do decide to go out and venture into the great unknown, you might find that some places might even be named after you. And that's pretty cool. It's like you've been there already.
So who's the real star of this trip? A lot of people say they tune in for Squeaks. They say, I came for Squeaks, I stay for Squeaks. I personally really enjoy it with my best friend Soup here.
Hey, that's sweet, bro.
Yep. So we asked, who's the star of the show, Soup? And I think it's you.
Oh, stop. You're buttering me up, man. That's a very buttered up soup. It says you are here. This is like the most meta thing ever. By name, it's showing me where I'm at. And it's nice to know I'm finally on the map.
We've just ridden through a beautiful section of Washington between Ralston and Lind, and Soup's batteries are just about done for. He's only got a half a bar on one, so he's had to pedal with no motor and no electric assist at all for the last 10 miles or so. Thankfully, it was mostly downhill. Let's catch up to Soup here in front of me. I got Squeaks behind me, who's not super happy. You can hear him yelping. Sorry, boy. Let's catch up to Soup here ahead of me, see how he's doing. How many batteries you got, Soup?
0 batteries.
0 batteries.
What is this, like a pre-1980s bicycle?
Whose?
This one, before
Oh,
they
yeah.
all had batteries.
That's an acoustic bicycle.
That's right, yeah. I'm on the acoustic version. This is Squeaks and Sparks Unplugged. And Squeaky Guy has a song to sing. I think we're going pretty fast and he's not used to pavement.
Pedal, Soup, pedal! Almost hit town.
Be a deal breaker. Okay.
What'd you run into, Soup? A hokey pokey?
A super pokey, bro.
Looks like a thistle.
Yeah. I need to pull these out very carefully because I do not have the proper size fat tire inner tube for this bike.
We don't have a spare tube on a 300-mile bikepacking trip, Soup.
I'm sorry. I packed a lot of things, and I've never packed this much before. And I did forget to bring a spare fat tire tube. So
just a tip: if you're going on a bikepacking trip, bring a spare tube, and be careful with those thistles. You want to borrow a pair of gloves, Soup?
Oh, you got gloves?